Culture gives a common denominator, like I said just before. Everybody relates to it. If you're from Chicago during the era of the Chicago Bulls, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Pakistani, Indian, German, Russian, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter what your subculture is. It doesn't matter. You all live in Chicago or around Chicago. Everybody knows about the Chicago Bulls. Everybody knows about Michael Jordan, and everybody has something to rally around. This is just an example. It's something that connects to everybody. And suddenly, if you're not connected to it, well, you're on the outside. So this is using sports as an analogy. It's an excellent one. Music or modern culture, let's say from a musical or artistic point of view, also does that. It brings, but music, Chicago Bulls is Chicago. Now some people, back in the days, if you're not in Chicago, you're not into the Chicago Bulls. Now teams start to transcend their local area, fine. But music has got nothing to do with a city. It's not Chicago. Now maybe an artist represents a city, but eventually if you like the sound starts to spread and people vibe to it, and we don't really care that Eminem is from Detroit. It's just a feature to the music. It's just Eminem. And you go all the way to Thailand, you go all the way to Nepal, and Eminem is there. So suddenly, an international community is all tied together, connected, communing together because of well, you could say a person, but it's really the music. So everybody has something that they relate to suddenly. We're all part of something. The necessity for human beings to be part of something that other people are part of to get that sense of safety is, you can never understate it. And people don't realize that. Or some people do, but people don't realize to which extent humans need to be part of something to feel safe. Listen, the Yo language, which started to be let's say it started developing in the 80s, started being popular in the 90s. When I used to say the word yo man, it was odd. Now this is an international language. You go anywhere in the world with a person with baggy pants, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you say yo, instantly we connect through culture. This person can be from Japan, and I don't speak Japanese. I'm telling you he knows yo. Ha ha ha, yeah, yo. What you say? Instantly we're connected. We have no relation besides culture. So that's what I'm trying to say. That's a powerful agent. Extremely powerful. So when you're left out of the culture, well, you're on your own. How do you relate to people besides people who share the same blood as you or the same ethnicity as you? Now, we know that the modern world, ethnicity is now almost, dare I say, a concept of the past. You go to Egypt, most people are Egyptian. Of course, Egypt has its history, but somehow we can, just to simplify, they're Egyptians. But it's not true anymore. It's a bunch of mixed, but it's still more or less Egyptian. You come here to America or North America, it's multicultural. There's people from everywhere. How do we connect? Over there, this is a Lebanese. This you cross here, this block. These are Syrians. You cross this block. These are Iraqis. You go all the way there. They're Iranians. You go right Chinese. You go right with Japanese. Oh, over there, Filipinos. Oh, over there, Indian. Oh, no, it's not Indian. Pakistani. Oh, right. All this in one neighborhood. Well, what connects people? Besides the fact that they're in the same neighborhood, but they don't technically talk or share anything in common besides that they live in the same more or less area. Bring in the culture, modern culture, and all the children are now connected through the music, through the cinema, through the arts. That's very powerful. So, let's say I'm in Egypt or I'm in a country where multiculturalism is not as widespread as in the modern world, North America, now Europe and whatnot. So it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm connected by blood or I'm connected by religion, which is also, you can consider it as a culture. Now we remove the religious aspect more and more. We've removed it. It's just being destroyed, humiliated. The blood relation, well, if I look at you and we go back one generation, you're not connected to me. If I go to Egypt, this one's connected to me. How far? So we have blood connection. So do I need culture in the same way? No. But when we're talking about the new world, well, what ties us together? It's not blood. It's no more religion. Ideologically speaking, how many ideologies exist? You can't even agree on anything. Feminisms Feminisms, right, are broken down in how many categories? Even feminists cannot even agree on what feminism is because it just keeps on fractalizing and fractalizing. So, yeah, but sound, though. It's universal. And a good song is a good song, even if you want to act cool, and you're not going to say that it's a good song, you're vibing to it. You're feeling it. You're not going to admit it that you like Backstreet Boys. You're just not. Because it's not cool. How do you go from Dre, gangsta shit, and Backstreet's back, all right. You're not gonna say it out loud. I certainly didn't, but I felt the song because it's like a drug. It's conceptualized to affect you. So it's affecting you. Even if you say I don't like it, it's affecting you. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So these sounds are bringing the people together and creating some kind of union amongst a bunch of people who have nothing in common. That's a very powerful agent. So as a son of an immigrant living in modern, let's say in Canada or America, what now that song is playing and I'm out. Well, I'm feeling a little weird. Already that I don't look like you. My lunches ain't made of white toast without the sides and some cheap ham in it. And margarine. What the heck? What's this? I got stuff that y'all know now today because you can eat so-called Arab food everywhere on earth now. But back in the days, that's not like that. You open your thermos and there's a smell that comes out. It's called garlic, onion, spices, coriander. You get like a meal, tasty shit. And they have their little white toast with it's like empty and dead, right? And they're looking at you and they're pointing their finger. This stinks. I'm like, this is molokhia. What are you talking about? I didn't act like this. You just shrink. And then you go home and you say to Mom, why can't I have ugly lunches? No, we don't eat this junk. First thing, we don't eat this. This is not juice. This is not bread. This is not food. We don't eat this. I'm like, no, we better eat this. Because I don't want to put up with mockery every time I open my thermos. They don't even have thermoses. Alphabet soup, that's what they have. Anyways, all this to say, that's the power that culture has, and that's the power it has in the modern world, more especially, due to the fact that it's what ties people in the modern world together. Less and less. Culture does bring everybody together. So, and now what you can see, and over the years, you can see how a culture can cross-pollinate. So once upon a time, we had Jordans. So I had a couple of the first pairs of Jordan, maybe Jordan 5, 6, 7, 8s, right? And Jordan was for the people who like basketball and the people who are getting into the NBA culture, which is starting to mix with the hip-hop culture slowly but surely. But it was still a small circle. Now look at Air Jordans. You got a French person who doesn't even know who Jordan is, who has Jordan 1s. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. So the culture has expanded so much that it ain't got nothing to do with hip-hop, it ain't got nothing to do with basketball even. The person doesn't even know who the jump man is. It's just the Jordans. Just like the Nike swoosh for that person. There's no relation. So look how far it is. Yet that person walks in the street and I'm going to see his shoes and I have I have a connection with him, whether I like it or not. I see the shoes. I know the shoes. I'm going to say, oh, these are Jordan 1s. Which colors? Which edition? Are these reals? Which versions are they? Are these Chinese? They're all made in China. Are these the fake ones? Real ones? I like those. Never seen those. You shouldn't wear that. Immediately, we have something in link. This is a French dude. I ain't got no business with that person. I don't even know how old he is. Never met him, never will talk to him. Instantly, I have a relation with him. And if I wanted to break the ice with him, it would be very easy, wouldn't it? Yo, nice shoes. You would start like this. Yo, nice shoes. Are these Jordan 1s? Oh, yeah. And then he va te l'expliquer. He's going to explain it to you. Isn't it? Instantly, there's a connection. Without that, there would be no link with him. We have no relation ethnic-wise, probably non-religious. What connects us? Nothing. The shoes do. Well, that's a lot of power for a fucking pair of shoes. And then there's status symbol to it. Or if you understand, I'm just using shoes as an example, right? If you understand the shoes, you're like, this is a rare shoe. Oh, you have those shoes. I tried to get those shoes. Couldn't find those shoes. They were sold out. And that means you got those shoes. That means you at least paid triple the price because I tried to look for them, didn't find them, and you got them? You little prick. Should I snatch them? You don't deserve these shoes. How come you got these shoes? You're not G. You know, what? What? Or, oh, this guy has got these shoes. Right? Instantly, just by his shoes. Imagine. So all of that exists in between two people who have no relation to one another. Shoes create all that dialogue. Common denominator. It's a fucking pair of shoes, man. It's a cheat. It's nothing. Well, that's how powerful culture has become. And it just keeps on expanding and expanding and expanding. We can put it now. Headphones. These are not headphones. That's a cultural item. These are Beats by Dre. You don't even know Dre's. Right? Doesn't matter. I just put them on. Now I'm part of something. So people opt into culture to be part of something. To be a partisan. And that creates some kind of connection. That's powerful. So if you're out of it, then what are you? What kind of shoes are you wearing? I don't know what these shoes are. These are ugly shoes. What do you mean these are ugly shoes? No, I don't know what that is. I can't identify it. But these are shoes made in Italy. They're $500. No. This is not real shoes. These are real shoes. So it starts to control your actions, control your thoughts. And then you want to adjust yourself to it so that you can be part of it and be part of the quote-unquote in crowd. It also gives you status if you can get the highest version of these shoes. Gives you a moment. That's powerful. That's very powerful. And the men and women and those who find themselves in between, who get to be cultural icons, those who push the culture forward, these are special cats, special people that have a lot of power and influence over humanity and the masses. What they say goes. So this will lead to the next chapter. Do you really think we put a random person there? Do you really think that culture is organic?